What's up guys, it's Blake Cook from Keller Williams. Today I'm doing a book review. The book that I'm reviewing is by Gary John Bishop. It's called Unfu Yourself, Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Life. Here we go. So I don't actually read the books, I listen to them on Audible while I'm riding around because I do that a lot with my job. So this is a very good way for me to get the best of both worlds. So he reads the book himself on Audible, and he is Scottish, so he gets you really pumped. He's very intense, it's very cool. This is not a self-affirmation book. I've heard some people talk about how they don't want to read it because of that. This is a book about doing. There's a lot of things in this book that I thought were incredible, some things that I knew, other things that I'd never even thought about before. So the first couple things I'm going to talk about are things that I'd heard before, but this book really drove home with different concepts. The first thing that he says that really stuck out to me is you have the life that you're willing to put up with. That's incredible to me because essentially you have the power to change your circumstance and what you're doing. And I really just chewed on that one for a while, which was really cool. The second thing is the way that you talk about your circumstances determines how you see, experience, and participate in them. More on this later, but this was really big for me. And the third one that I've heard several times, but I never took the time to listen to, is that self-talk matters. So positive thoughts, negative thoughts, your inner monologue really determines your reality, essentially. And at first I never bought into this because I was like, no, it's crazy, man, that's ridiculous. No, there's a ton of scientific backed studies for this. I looked into it, I now believe in it. Look into it if you don't, because it's actually incredible. The next few things that I'm about to mention and talk about are things that if I had been told, I didn't listen, and this book really drove home. For the sake of being too vulnerable with you, we're gonna get into those things. The first one is how we talk about our surroundings is the foundation for our reality. Play that back and let that really sink in. That's freaking crazy. How you talk about and the things that you do sets your reality up to be what you want it to be. So in order to create your own reality and do those things, there's a few things that he mentions in the book. I'm gonna talk about two. One is you have to stop blaming others. You have to just take control of what's happening and just get after it. He's Scottish, so it's super motivating when he says that. And the second part is that life won't pause and wait for you. Life does not care about your circumstance. It's going to keep moving forward. That's kind of intense, but it really rang true with me. The next two are my two biggest takeaways from this book. I thought they were incredibly interesting. We are wired as humans to win. Whatever you're doing right now, you're winning at it. You are currently winning at the things you are doing. And at first that kind of sounds like mumbo jumbo, but it's actually really cool because you might feel like you're losing, but you're probably not doing the things that you need to do to achieve the things that you want. So you feel like you're losing. But this book is about action and doing things. And what he's saying is you are winning at the things that you are doing. Whether those two things align or not, that's up to you, but you are winning at something. It just might not be what you want. And the last of the two things is that I am willing. This was incredibly powerful because he goes into, you have to know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. You have to know what you're willing to sacrifice and the things that you're not willing to sacrifice. And you have to be okay with those things. For instance, I'd love to have abs. I'm not willing to sacrifice pasta. I actually love pasta. So it's not really a fair expectation of myself to have abs or want abs because I'm not willing to give up carbs and pasta. So those are my thoughts on the book Unfu Yourself, Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Life by Gary John Bishop. If you've read it before, I'd love to know your thoughts because there's a ton more. And guys, he delivers it in a way that I might not be coming across that's great. I'll be doing another one of these next month and so on and so forth because I'm really enjoying the things that I'm reading. If you have recommendations, drop them in the comments because I want to read them. I'm going off of a recommendation list. My name is Blake Cook from Keller Williams. My number comes up after this, and I'm out.